Hi guys, welcome to Avi's Academy. Today again we are continuing with the same topic, the value of supply, where we are considering an illustration. So in this illustration, the most of the items will be related to inputs of raw material and different products, and then we are calculating the transaction value. So let us look into our illustration. This is the illustration that we are going to discuss today. So let's see the illustration. Mr. Rohan, a registered dealer, provided the following data. You are requested to arrive at transaction value and compute GST payable. So Mr. Rohan, registered dealer ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅವನ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಈ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. You are requested to arrive at transaction value. So transaction value calculate ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, and at the same time we have to find out GST payable. So let's look at the items that are given. So intrastate purchase of raw materials excluding GST is rupees 5 lakh. So intrastate purchase ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ಟೇಟಿನ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂತಹ ರಾ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ನ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಡಿಂಗ್ IGST, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಡಿಂಗ್ GST rupees 5 lakh ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಗೂಡ್ಸನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ರಾ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಎನ್ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರಿಂಗ್ ದ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್. ಆನಂತರ ಆ ಗೂಡ್ಸನ್ನು ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ದಿಸ್. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಡೂ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಟು ಅರೈವ್ ಎಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್, ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. ಫಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಬರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದು intrastate purchase of raw materials. Okay, intrastate purchase of raw materials. Intrastate purchase of raw materials, again excluding GST in the ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. We want that figure only, excluding GST, which is rupees 5 lakh in the ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So we can directly write the amount, which is 5 lakh, right? Which is 5 lakh. Next, what they have given is, there are other components as well. Let us see that what are the components that they have given. Next, the rate of profit is 5% on cost of production. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ಸೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೈಸನ್ನು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂತಹ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್, ಅದು 5% ಆನ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಈ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟನ್ನು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ದ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಾವೀಗ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು, ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಲೇಟರ್ ಆನ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ದೇ ಸೆಟ್ ದ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ GST ಆನ್ ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ 12%. So this is required to calculate the GST payable, which is 12%. Okay. Next, purchase of raw material from unregistered dealer. Unregistered dealer in the raw material annu purchase ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Raw material is an input to manufacture the product. So again ಈ input ಅನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So purchase of raw material. Purchase of raw material. Purchase of raw material from unregistered dealer. Purchase of raw material from unregistered dealer. Purchase of raw material ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, that is from unregistered dealer. Amount is 3.6 lakh, so which is 3,60,000, right? So 3,60,000, 3,60,000. Next, what they have given is, let us see, is there any other component to be added? Import of goods including custom tariff. So goods ಅನ್ನು import ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Import ಅಂದರೆ purchase, right? We are purchasing from a foreign country. So import of goods, purchase again. So this we have to consider, import of goods. Import of goods, which is including custom tariff. ಅಂದರೆ custom duty include ಆಗಿದೆ, rupees 10 lakh. So in case of import, again it includes all the duties except IGST. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ IGST ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ. So it means only custom duties has been included. So this is the value which we need to take. Let us take that 10 lakh. Okay, so 10 lakh. And then we have purchase of raw material from other state excluding IGST. ಸೊ ರಾ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಏನು ಬೇಕಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಬೇರೆ ಸ್ಟೇಟಿನಿಂದ ಕೂಡ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಡಿಂಗ್ IGST. ಸೇಮ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ವಿಚ್ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಡಿಂಗ್ IGST. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರಾ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಅದರ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್. ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ of raw materials from other state. How much? We'll see the amount and then we will write. So amount is 2.4 lakh, which is 2,40,000. Next, they have given cost of transportation charges. Mostly materials ಏನಿದೆ then transport ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ transportation charges incur ಮಾಡಿರಬಹುದು. So this is also a part of the cost. So we will be considering that as well. Cost of transportation charges, which is 50,000, right? So which is 50,000. Yeah, 50,000. Next, wages and manufacturing expenses. Again, ಎಲ್ಲ goods ಅನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ಫೈನಲ್ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ವೇಜಸ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ಗೆ. ಅದರೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಫ್ಯೂ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಇನ್ಕರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಆಸ್ part of the production. So that will be our cost of production. 1.5 lakh, which is 1,50,000. Next input idare last ಗೆ he supplies his products to dealers in his state and other states. So this is required to decide what sort of a GST we are charging. So with respect to amount, we have considered all the amount, I suppose. Yes, we have considered. So let us find the total. So that will be equal to the cost of production, right? Because all these components are related to cost of production. So which is equal to cost of production. So I'll make it bold and center as aligned. Then we'll find out the total. 5 lakh plus 3,60,000 plus 10 lakh plus 2,40,000, 50,000 and 1,50,000. You can use your calculator. So I'll do it manually. 5 lakh plus 3,60,000 is 8,60,000. 8 lakh plus 10, it is 18,60,000. 18,60,000 plus 2,40,000 is 21 lakh. 21 lakh plus 50,000, 21 lakh 50,000 plus 1 lakh 50,000 is 23 lakhs. Okay, so total is 23 lakhs cost of production. Now on this they said the rate of profit is 5%. On this we have to add what we need to add. We need to add one component which is called as profit. Okay, profit at 5%. So that should be charged on cost of production. So 23 lakh into 5%. So 23 lakh into 5%, which is equal to, if you find the value, which will be 1,65,000. Let's check it once. We'll use our calculator. 23 lakh into 5%. So into 5%, which is equal to 1,15,000. So that will be the profit we are supposed to add. So we will be doing that. We will be adding the profit. So therefore this is our transaction value. We have almost considered all the values which are given. So this will be equal to our transaction value. So therefore our transaction value is which is 23 lakh plus 1,50,000, which is 24,15,000. Okay, 24,15,000 will be our transaction value. Next what we need to do is we need to charge the tax, GST. So first of all we have to decide what sort of a GST, whether it is CGST, SGST or IGST. So we'll look into the last sentence because that will help us to find out what sort of a GST we need to charge. So illi helidare he supplies his products to dealers in his state and other state. So he is selling the goods in his state. So CGST and SGST is charged, and other states that time IGST is charged. But nowhere here they mentioned what proportion of sales are carried out in his state and what proportion outside the state. So therefore we cannot make any judgment about what sort of a GST is charged. So therefore we simply write, as in the previous problem, GST payable, only GST payable, not clearly writing CGST and SGST or IGST because we cannot decide it. Okay, so we will be doing that. So on this is output, right? On the output he has to pay the tax. So I'll be writing output tax liability. So output tax liability, so that is on the transaction value. So that I'll be finding it now. So on 24 lakh 15,000, so he has to pay a tax at the rate of, he has to pay tax at the rate of 12%. Okay, so 12%, so that we need to charge, and then we have to find the amount to 24 lakh 15,000. 24 lakh 15,000 plus into 12%. So that we need to find out. So let us do that. 24 lakh 15,000 into 12%, right? Into 12%, which is equal to 2,89,800. So 2,89,800 is output tax liability. Okay, but there is one more component in this problem also. If you see the third point, which is point C, they said purchase of raw material from unregistered dealer. Unregistered dealer in the goods annu athava raw material annu purchase madidare. Unregistered dealer in the goods annu obba registered dealer purchase madidre, he is liable to pay tax. The purchaser himself needs to pay the tax. So on reverse charge mechanism, that means here there is a reverse charge tax liability on 3,60,000 that Mr. Rohan, he has to pay because he is purchasing from unregistered dealer. So we have to find the reverse charge tax liability as well. Reverse charge tax liability on 3,60,000, on 3,60,000. So that we need to find out. Now we have to decide about the GST rate. Okay, so if you see the question here, they mentioned that GST on sales, but this is a purchase. We do not know what rate of GST is applicable, but since the information is not given, we will take the same rate as 12%. We will write a note for that. So 12% we have to find out. Okay, so let us find out the reverse charge tax liability. So on 3,60,000, 12%, we are assuming it is same rate because information with respect to the tax on the raw material they have not given. So we will be taking the same rate. On 3,60,000, 12% we need to find out. So let us do that. 3,60,000 into 12%. So into 12%, which is equal to 43,200. So that will be the reverse charge tax liability, 43,200. Okay, so therefore our total GST payable or total tax liability is 2,89,800 plus 200, which will be equal to 3,33,000. So let us calculate that using our calculator. Plus 2,89,200, 2,89,800, not 200, 2,89,800. So which is equal to 3,33,000. So that is our total GST payable, 3,33,000. Okay, 3,33,000. So this is our computation, but here there is a reverse charge tax liability, right? So this is on the input. On the input, if tax is paid by a registered person, he will get input tax credit. But this transaction is in between an unregistered dealer and the registered dealer. If you purchase it from unregistered dealer, tax liability is on the hands of the buyer, right? So input tax credit reverse charge na mele sigudilla because RCM was kept till abeyance 30th September 2019. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿಯವರೆಗೆ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿಯನ್ನು ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಯಾರು ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರೇ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಆನ್ RCM ಸಿಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ನಾಟ್ consider. So remember this point because this will be useful in our next chapter when we are discussing about ITC exclusively. So if goods are purchased from unregistered dealer, so on such purchase input tax credit is not available because it was kept under abeyance till 30th September 2019, and for your academic purpose we will be considering the provisions till 30th September 2019. Therefore we are not considering ITC on RCM. Okay, so this is for your
we need to write a note with respect to the GST output, reverse charge tax liability that we have charged at the rate of 12%. The reason for writing the note is the information with respect to that, the reverse charge tax liability rate, that is raw materials GST rate, which is not given in the question. So what we have done is we have assumed it as same as the final product, which is 12%. So for that we need to write a note. So you need to write a note as shown here. So you need to write, since the information relating to GST on raw materials purchased from unregistered dealer is not given, we assume that the GST rate as that of final product, that is 12% for charging a reverse charge tax liability. Okay, so this is the note you need to write. So that's all. Thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, please give a thumbs up, and you can share the video, and you can give your comments as well if you have any doubts or clarification if you need on the computation part. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and press bell icon for continuous notification. Thank you once again. Thank you.